Liverpool got back to winning ways as they beat Brentford 3-0 at Anfield just before the international break. In today's video, we'll discuss the big talking points from the clash, whilst also going over all the latest Liverpool news that includes the £915 million Premier League revelation that will impact Liverpool. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. For the third time this season, Mohamed Salah scored a brace for Liverpool, and it proved a milestone achievement, with the strikes bringing up his 200th in English football. The Egyptian is in his 7th season at the club, during which time he has set incredible standards that somehow remain underappreciated by those outside the Liverpool's four walls. Salah's ability to contribute to the scoreboard, whether it be via a goal or assist, is astounding, and he again showed off his prowess against Brentford with a milestone double. Not only did it help secure the Reds' victory, but it took Salah to 200 goals in English football, a tally he has accomplished in 322 appearances for Liverpool and 19 for Chelsea, a total of 341. Here's a breakdown of his goals. Liverpool, Premier League 147, European Competition 44, FA Cup 5, League Cup 1, Community Shield 1, total 198. Chelsea, Premier League 2. The London side was where he was scored his first 2 goals for an English club back in 2014, but it's at Anfield that he has carved it out as a legend. Salah has goals in the Premier League, Champions League, Europa League, FA Cup, League Cup and Community Shield, all of which have been instrumental to Reds' success under Jurgen klopp. A total of 27 different players have assisted goals for Salah in English football, with Roberto Firmino, Sadio Mane and Andy Robertson making up the top 3. Diego Jota, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Darwin Núñez are all close behind. The latter being on the list goes to show how quick the two have clicked since the Uruguayan arrived. Klopp said of Salah after the 3-0 win over Brentford, "He's exceptional player. He played a superb game today. The composure for the first goal was insane, a pretty special player. Pretty special indeed. He's only 2 away from 200 goals for Liverpool, and something tells us we'll not be waiting too long to see that milestone join the long list of others he has already accomplished." Kieran Maguire has backed Liverpool and other Big Six Premier League clubs to vote in favour of the £915 million new deal for EFL clubs later this month. The finance expert, speaking exclusively to Football Insider, insisted that the details of the deal would not have been leaked if it didn't have a very high chance of going through. As per Sky News, Premier League clubs are set to vote to authorise a £915 million payout to the lower league sides at the next shareholder meeting on the 21st of November. EFL sides will receive that figure over the space of 6 years in a redistribution of wealth from the money spinning top flight. Maguire suggested that there will be a lack of trust in Liverpool and other top sides after their attempt to join the European Super League in 2021. He told Football Insider, "Liverpool and the Big Six will have to read the room. They will be well aware that there is a lack of trust after Project Big Picture and the European Super League. This deal would not have been leaked to the press if it didn't have a very high chance of succeeding. The bigger issue is whether the EFL clubs will bite the bullet and take it, because it's only going to increase the gap to the Premier League in monetary terms. It's not addressing the cliff edges, but that's not an issue for Liverpool. The only cliff edge Liverpool want is still between them and the smaller Premier League clubs. That will be reinforced, so I expect they will go for it at this vote." Liverpool returned to form and winning ways on Sunday to beat Brentford 3-0 at Anfield and enter the international break in the top 2. In this part of the video, we'll discuss the 5 major talking points from the game. Another altered midfield. Perhaps an element of a needs-must given absence in that area of the park, but Jurgen Klopp's mix-and-match midfield was a curious one to say the least. Endo in particular could consider himself fortunate to still be in the starting lineup after a dismal showing a half-time substitution in midweek, while Cody Gakpo was decidedly unimpressive from an attacking midfield role much earlier this season. In truth, neither impressed again here. Endo is fine in possession, economical, able to carry it on occasions, braver in his pass in the midweek and always available to receive it short from teammates. But defensively, he's simply not strong or imposing enough to stop runners coming directly onto him, and not quick enough to catch them up either once they have passed. As for Gakpo, this was more of the same, the odd flash of immense technique and ability to strike the ball from range, but mostly just a match spent on the periphery, following play around but not dictating it and waiting for moments rather than making them happen. Just 34 touches by the hour mark, playing central midfield, and 45 by the time he was subbed with 7 minutes to play says it all. Darwin on the spot many times over. The ball in the net twice and an assist in the first half, shame only one of them counted. This was Darwin Núñez at his most electric, his most involved, his most unfortunate not to have 2 or 3 goals by the break. One thunderous shot was parried out after a 1-2 ended in a fierce drive at the keeper. Several tackles and some good counter-pressing showing his all-round endeavour, while he was also riling to all too quiet crowd up after closing down one defender. All that aside from the actual goals which stood and didn't stand. His first disallowed goal was for the most marginal of offside decisions, reacting well to finish as a mishit effort fell his way, while the second was offside by a wider margin, though a more spectacular finish as an overhead kick ended up in the top corner. Shrugging aside those disappointments, his turn and feed into Mohamed Salah was a well-worked assist. On a wider lens view of the attack, it's pretty safe to say that the Salah-Nunez-Jota trio is the one with the greatest cohesion between the three at this stage, even if the Portuguese hasn't been at his best in the link-up play at times. Stars spine just when you need it. Liverpool have a whole bunch of new faces and backup faces in the team at the moment, it's fair to say. But a few of the old guard remain, and it's always worth getting the reminder that they are still here after years of success because they remain exceptional players. This time Anfield received that reminder from each. Alisson, for starters, produced his customary moment of elite level shot stopping, keeping the Reds level at 0-0 after we dominated but gave up massive opening. His one-on-one stop to deny Brian Mpubu came a critical moment just a few minutes before Salah opened the scoring, while Ali also made another fine claw away late into the game to help preserve the clean sheet. Ahead of him, Virgil van Dijk had one of his best games in some time, including 2 moments of great timing to deny Mpubu in a dribble and then Neil Mapai in an attempted diving header from 2 yards. And of course, there's Salah at the other end of the pitch, cool as you like, with 2 finishes, 1 left foot and 1 header, to seal the win himself and make the breakthrough after earlier frustrations in the match. They're here for a long time, they're here for the good times indeed, they're key components of making those good times happen. Youthful bench, but a watching brief. Jarrell Quansah probably wouldn't have been expecting to be the 3rd most senior outfield player on the Premier League bench this season, but here we are. Luis Diaz and Harvey Elliott, himself only 20, were the experienced players in the squad, while Kelleher, he of mighty 26 senior games, was of course the sub-goalkeeper. Beyond them, it's Quansah coming on for his 10th game for the Reds, and then a whole bunch of youngsters who outsiders would barely have a clue about outside the realms of the video games. Luke Chambers, Callum Scanlon, James McConnell, Ben Doak and rookie midfielder Trey Nyoni made up the rest of the bench with 277 minutes of senior action between them this term, the vast majority belonging to winger Doak. 2-week break and still in the hunt. Into the final international break of the calendar year, here we go. Level on points with Arsenal, a point ahead of Tottenham, somewhere close to Manchester City at least. Regardless of their result at Chelsea, with the Reds facing City next time out, we can be at least level with them in 2 weeks' time from now if we produce a big performance. That remains a massive ask, but it is the best barometer of where we really are after a very strong start to the season into sped, with the odd performance we hope not to see too regularly. Either way, having ourselves sit so close to City in those table highlights the fact we're likely their biggest challengers once more, and most importantly from a Liverpool's perspective, looking increasingly likely to back in the Champions League next season. No injuries over the international break, please Reds, and preferably 1 or 2 returning too. Liverpool fans, what are your thoughts on the final game before the break? Do let me know them down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.